Success on YouTube doesn't mean millions of views. Let's redefine what growth really looks like. So there's this myth that the bigger audience you have, the more success you're going to gain on YouTube. And that is just not true. So the reality is that small, loyal audiences are often more valuable, especially for creators who are looking to build a community or a business around their YouTube channel and around their audience, and it to actually serve their audience as well. So small channels can essentially move faster, they can experiment more, and they can actually build stronger connections. 100 true fans is a lot greater than 100,000 random views. So let me give you an example of this very thing from my travel channel, which is the first channel that I actually started on YouTube. So we made a video about the Rhine Falls. It's a waterfall in Switzerland, and it's actually the largest and most powerful waterfall in all of Europe. And I'm not going to lie, before we went on this European road trip, I had no idea that such a thing existed. I didn't know that you got like big waterfalls like this in Europe, and let alone, when you see waterfalls, you tend to think that they're in the middle of nowhere and there's not really any civilization about it. But these waterfalls, you're actually looking at them and then you can see buildings like apartments and things, and literally just like a stone's throw away. It's really quite bizarre. So we heard about this, we researched it while we were on our trip because we were looking for places to go, and we thought, let's go there, let's see what it's all about. Who doesn't want to visit the largest, most powerful waterfalls in Europe? So that's what we did, and we made a whole video about it because we've got a travel channel, and it underperformed. But it underperformed in views. Okay, if we were basing the quality of that content on views, it did not perform well, but it got great comments from our community. There was people commenting saying, thank you so much for taking us on this journey, this little tour of these Rhine Falls. I'm actually going to visit it this year purely because of the video we put out. Or people were saying, I'm going to add it to my bucket list as well. So the impact that we actually had on our community was fantastic. But if you looked at the views, it was terrible. Okay. So we need to reprioritize and redefine what growth actually means for us on YouTube. Let's not just look at vanity metrics in terms of views, because even views, it just means that someone watched your video for a certain amount of time. I don't know what it is on YouTube for long form. Maybe it's 4 seconds or more or something like that, but they might have watched 10 seconds and then bounced. You might have 100,000 people doing that and you're like, oh, I got 100,000 views, but how long did they actually watch for? What impact did you actually have? So that was really awesome to see, and it helped soften the blow of the lack of views on that video, was just to get those really nice comments from our community. On the flip side, I posted a short, and I know it's a short, so they typically do get more views than long form, depending obviously on how well your long form normally does, but there are shorts that you can put up that don't get views. But I posted a short on the same channel, travel channel, of a bread slicing machine. And believe it or not, you might think, well, Europe's most powerful waterfalls, bread slicing machine, what are people going to be more interested in? I think you know where this is going. So it got thousands of views of the bread slicing machine. And I understand why, because we were interested in it. We'd never seen it coming from the UK. We'd never seen these bread slicing machines that seem quite common in Europe. So we were like, wow. So I understand why people were watching it on shorts. So wow, they watched the whole thing. It was quite a short as well, so that helps. But the important thing is here is, even though it got thousands of views, those people who watch that short, it's highly unlikely that they're going to actually engage with the core content of our travel channel. It's highly unlikely. So the impact that that video had, if you judged it on views, you're like, great, that did awesome, do more bread slicing machines. But did it get comments from people? You know, did it have comments from people saying, oh, thank you so much for showing this bread slicing machine. I'm going to visit that on my trip this year. I can't wait to see the bread slicing machine. Nope. So here's 3 steps that we can actually take, that small channels can take to win on YouTube. So step number 1 is to focus on connection and not focus on clout. Okay, we're not looking to impress people and have, 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers or X amount of views without that connection. That's great if you can get both, if you can get the clout and the connection, but really as small channels, we want to focus first of all on that connection. We want to nurture our audience. We're not looking to impress them, we're looking to help them. Okay, we're looking to solve whatever problems they might have. So step number 2 that you can take is to encourage interaction. This is super important. Like I said, it's a relationship that we're building here. And as a small channel, you have the opportunity, because you have a small audience and it's growing hopefully, but you can actually manage that audience. You can actually engage with them. It's not thousands and tens of thousands of people and they're commenting on every video and you can't get back to every single reply. You most likely just get like a handful of comments, but that's great. People are taking the time to comment on your video. They are trying to speak to you, so you should reply back. So reply to every single comment. Make sure you're engaging in the comment section. Make sure you're encouraging a conversation. When you put up a video, watch it yourself and then put up a pinned comment that's looking to encourage a conversation as well. And also, let them actually know where they can message you directly. So whether that's just by having like an email address linked to your YouTube account so they can message you directly, or creating like a Discord server if you want to create more of a community. Maybe you set a goal in mind where you're like, right, well, when I hit 100 subs, I'm going to create a Discord server. And maybe like 10 or 5 people of those 100 subs are going to sign up to the server, but they're going to be able to have more of a direct conversation with yourself and with other people as well. You're starting to gather together all of these like minds. You're starting to build this group of friends, this group of community, and these are going to be your core fans. This is super important. Having 100 core fans, 100 true fans, like I said earlier, it's much better than 100,000 random views, especially if you are looking to build a community and even a business from your YouTube channel. Those core fans are so important, okay? Marketing is the biggest bottleneck when it comes to business, believe me. So if you can get those core fans and they will give you valuable feedback as well, it's honestly priceless, that relationship that you can build up. And like I said, it's a relationship. It's not a one-way street. You have to provide value for them in order for them to provide value for you. It's value exchange. It's all it is. Which takes me to step number 3, which is provide real value. Don't provide fluff. Okay? Don't string people along. Respect the audience's time. Make sure that every single thing that you're talking about, you get to the point and you provide value. Let's not string them along and give them a promise in the title and the thumbnail and back up the promise in the hook of the video, but then don't deliver on that at the actual video or by the end, because they're not going to have a good experience. They're going to feel duped, okay? We want to actually fulfill that promise that we gave them. So make sure you actually give them what they want. And this all starts with understanding who your audience is and what are the problems that they're going through and where do you come into that equation. What's the common questions that they'll have that you have the knowledge that you can provide to them to solve their problems, provide that solution. And they are going to feel compelled to help you. If you help them, they're going to feel compelled to help you, not by giving you money or signing up to your Discord or joining your email list. Nah, forget about all of that stuff. Just by giving you their attention. That, holding people's attention, is the most valuable skill, and it's the most valuable thing that someone can give you, because they're giving you their time. And people's time, it is not infinite. It is finite. We don't know how long we all have, but it's super rare and precious resource. So you being able to capture that and acquire that and them entrusting you with it is super important. So don't take that for granted. Don't waste your audience's time, okay? So here's a little piece of my own experience, just to, reference all this stuff. I've already gave you one example, but here's another. So I actually had a viewer on the travel channel comment on one of the long form videos, and he actually asked if I'd used hashtags when I was uploading the videos. And the reason that he asked this was because he was genuinely surprised that the videos that we were putting out had such low views and low subs compared to the quality of the content that we were putting out there. And first of all, this was really, really heartwarming to get this comment. It was really, really nice, because as much as you try not to use the metrics of views and subs as like a sort of quality benchmark for the content you're putting out there, it's all too common that we will use that as the barometer, to measure how good or bad our content is. And when we have an expectation of getting a certain views or a certain amount of subs when we put out a video, and that expectation isn't met, it's all too natural to go, maybe my content isn't that good. Maybe my videos aren't as good as I thought. The numbers don't lie. The numbers are showing that, it's not matching the results that I expected. So maybe that is the case. But when someone actually reaches out who's spent the time to watch your content, and they're like, what's going on? And they're giving you tips. They're giving you tips to help you grow your channel. That's just amazing. You're now getting that fresh perspective, and it just it totally changes your outlook on the situation, because you're like, I was just getting caught up in the numbers, and this guy can see exactly what I can see, And the beauty of that is that normally when you get one of those comments, more come, because you're now, when you start to receive comments like that, there's two things that are happening here. One, you're starting to actually reach the right people. YouTube is starting to serve your content to the right people, to your tribe. And two, it's only a matter of time before your views and your subs increase. This is where all channels, just before they blow up, okay, whether they go viral or they don't, but when they start to exponentially grow, they go through that tough stage of very small linear growth. Just before they hit that point where it starts exponentially going up, this is normally what happens, is their community is commenting saying, the videos you're putting out are awesome, why are you not getting more views and subs? And the funny thing is that after he put up that comment, the next bunch of videos that we put out there on the travel channel, a whole bunch of people started saying the exact same thing. So it's just a matter of time, really, before your channel is going to grow and is going to start matching the expectations that you had initially. But this is a long-term thing. It really is a long-term thing. We have to remind ourselves of that. We're not looking to chase the next trend. We don't want to get instant gratification, have that dopamine hit. We really want to build up this stoic mindset of, we're investing this time and energy into growing this channel, and we're going to reap the rewards and the benefits of it down the line. It's delayed gratification, okay? We're not getting instantly gratified and rewarded for this. So to close this video out, don't underestimate the power of being small. That is where real connection starts, and you have the opportunity to build that connection today, no matter how small your audience is. Nurture your true fans, and the views will follow. So finally made it. This is day 29 of my 30-day challenge where I've been uploading long form videos daily on this YouTube channel and finally made it to day 29. So tomorrow will be day 30's video, and in day 30's video I am going to go over the growth on this channel, and we're going to look at this experiment as a whole. We're going to look at, you know, what my plan was originally, what I had to do and make a little pivot to try and increase the growth, and we're going to look at the numbers, we're going to look at the results, and you're going to get to see realistically what it's like growing a new channel on YouTube in a competitive, saturated niche. So I'm going to be sharing that on tomorrow's video, so make sure you check that out. And if you want to know how I've actually been doing this, how I've been creating long form daily uploads for 30 days and still run another YouTube channel and run a business and still like do everything that's revolved in your daily life, the only reason I've been able to do this is I created a step-by-step guide, a whole system that's allowed me to actually make this sustainable without burning out. So if you want to find out what that step-by-step system is, click here to watch the video. And as always, thank you for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you on day 30's video tomorrow.